So, one of the biggest problems that businesses run into when they try and get their teams to really take on more work and be able to grow is that they're not speaking the same language. They may think they are, but they're not. And I'll give you a story. This one's one of my more embarrassing stories. So I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and when I was 19 years old, I went on a 2-year mission to Taiwan, and I learned Mandarin Chinese. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mandarin Chinese is one of the hardest languages in the world to learn. And it's my last week in Taiwan, and I've spent 2 years studying this language, immersed daily in this language, and I'm out trying to talk to people about Jesus Christ. And there's this old guy, and he's like the token old Taiwanese guy. He's got the long Fu Manchu, and he's in this like traditional like Chinese Taiwanese shirt with like the knot buttons, and he's got like a bamboo cane. He was perfect. So I go and I start talking to this guy, and I say, "Hey, how are you doing today?" And he says, "Terrible." And I say, "Why?" And he says, "Because I have Tang Niao Bing." And I don't understand what he's saying. We're both speaking to each other in Mandarin, but I have no clue what he's saying. And I'm no slouch in the language. Like I say, this is my last week on the island, and I'm trying to talk to this guy. And I say, I don't understand. And he says, Tang Niao Bing, and he lifts up his pant leg and he shows me his legs, and he's got these like sores on his leg. And I'm a 21-year-old kid, and I'm reading the Bible, right? And the Bible talks a lot about leprosy. So where does my mind go? Straight to leprosy. Like, who does that? And this old guy, he's like, "No, I don't have leprosy." I ask him, I'm like, "Do you have this?" And he says, "No, I don't have this. I have Tang Niao Bing." And at this point, I'm like, maybe this guy doesn't understand what I'm asking, like whatever. So I hand him a flyer that just invites him to church, and I move on. And I'm getting really nervous because I think that I've just touched some guy who has leprosy. And I'm like, I gotta wash my hands. I don't know what this guy has. It might not be leprosy, but it could be something catching. So, those of you who are familiar with diabetes know that when you get diabetes, your pee starts to smell sweeter. Tang in Chinese means sweet. Niao means urine, and Bing is disease. The dude had diabetes. I spent the whole time freaking out, thinking that this old Taiwanese man was going to give me leprosy when all he had was diabetes. See, the thing is that your team, they're speaking the language of their profession. They're both using English, right? But the language of their profession is different enough from English that it's almost its own language. Like, capacity in marketing means something different than capacity in operations. And the implications of revenue are different for, accounting than they are for someone in operations or marketing. And so the thing is that if your team isn't speaking the same language, then they're not going to be able to take your business where it needs to go. Now, the question becomes, how do you help create this cross-cultural translation device, right? Like a Rosetta Stone, or like a Google Translate that's going to help everybody speak the same language. Well, that's your customer. That's what customer-centric operations is all about. It's all about understanding what is the job that your customer is hiring you to help them perform. What is the progress that they're trying to make in their life? If your team is focused on that and centers everything that they do around that, then they have that translation tool. They have that Google Translate, that Rosetta Stone that they need to be able to communicate. follow for more information like this. I'd love to get your comments in the link below. And, if you're interested in learning more about what you can do to understand your customers' jobs and get your team rallied around that, then, use the link in the description to schedule just a 15-minute appointment, and we can have a conversation around that. But this is a really powerful tool that's going to help you scale your business and take it to the next level. This is Zach Stuckey signing off.